Writing Without a Pen, Conquering Dysgraphia. 1. The Early Years. As a preschool-age boy, Reese never drew with crayons. He was always drawn to the screen of a computer. His hands never liked holding the sticks of life like chalk, graphite, or wax. His fingers liked the feel of the constant clicks from keys. While his friends all learned to write their name with letters, Reese tapped with ease. His eyes followed the narrow arrows and flashes of light. In the computer, not the ideal paper, his brain did delight. Why doesn't he like to draw, color, doodle? They all asked, as if the only way to entertain a child. He liked problem solving, building, and running wild. He had a soft heart and passion to make others happy. His friends teased, calling his passion for kindness sappy. 2. Elementary school, public education. Excited to be in classroom surrounded by many other children his age, he did everything the teachers asked each day, but many notes went home on the page. Teachers talked about how he didn't listen and silently learn. Instead, he created, interacted, and explored during the term. He didn't struggle to read, and he was a whiz at math. It was getting letters to the page that were problems in his path. He continued to excel and was one of the highest students in the class, but social skills were problematic, and parent meetings were called to pass. It seemed he cared too much and helped others, which made teachers say he was distracting. He only wanted to help his friends when he saw them struggling and overreacting. As he pushed on to grow from kinder to second grade, his lack of pincer skills began to show from under shade. He pushed to paper all that he knew. He just wasn't fast enough to keep up with the crew. Every week, a new test was given to track the rote skills attained. He just couldn't put them onto the paper in time, all that was in his brain. He studied words to spell, meanings to new words, and math flashcards, but when the test was given, it all seemed to overwhelm him in ways that seemed too hard. The teacher said he isn't learning and his grades aren't good, but orally he made the grade that no one knew he had. He performed it all out loud as to show he had in fact learned it all. The school was not willing to accept his performance in ways he was best at showing his knowledge. Parents pushed for other options for writing and timed tests, but his teachers and administrators were strict and certain they knew best. No accommodations needed for this young lad. Even through a diagnosis of dysgraphia he had. What to do now? Where to go for help? So many questions needed answered. 3. Continuing education, virtual school. When public school options felt like they failed him, Reese and his parents pushed to continue his education in other ways. A wave of relief and success felt like a breath of fresh air in his face. His learning became fun, enjoyable each day with new lessons he worked through at his own pace. It seemed all was going well until the day he still had to face the giant, the required Florida Writes standardized tests. Again, Reese still did not have test accommodations to face this giant beast. His new virtual school teacher looked on as he wrote the least. She saw his needs and came ready to help. She assured him he would continue to try again. She would be there to prep and seek the plan needed for him to achieve his gain. Another doctor visit and second diagnosis he underwent. The same tests were given and report of dysgraphia was spent. This time was different. A plan was finally made. A plan that would give Reese the opportunity to show the writing he could do just the same. He was able to type and put his ideas on keys. The thoughts came flooding to the pages with ease. Each tap of the keyboard was one word more than he could ever put on the paper with pencil like before. He continued to grow and things improved. Missing interactions with peers and friends caused him to want to move. Back to public school he went. With growth accommodations in place, they all thought would be enough. Only time would tell if he was ready to fight. A feat that would be tough. 4. higher education, public high school. He learned, he grew, he joined sports. He was ready and surrounded by peers of all sorts. His courses were chosen, a set of advanced and honors he did take. He knew his education all that was at stake. He excelled in his core studies, but it was electives where he struggled. There was a note-taking and busy work to keep the students huddled. The beast of high school began to take him down. He wanted to abandon ship of school as he felt that he may drown. It was his love for sports and team pride that kept him moving forward with heavy, heaving stride. He felt his options were limited until he found a new way. It was at this school he could have it all, higher education, even college, and sports at Gateway. His new challenge was making it in. He had to face the beast of testing once again. His passion was present, his challenge he knew. He studied and practiced and did all he could do. He spent hours prepping, taking practice exams. There was weeks he was unsure of the future he had. Summer had come and all his friends were ready. He put aside all the plans they held steady. Each week he pushed harder to move closer to the mark. His giant he needed to overcome was about to start. He tested and tested and tested again. When he finally discovered he had made it, with 1 point to spare. To home he came with great news to share. He had been victorious. His work and perseverance paid off. He now pushes through to attain what others cannot. 5. The charge. To those that may also be facing the same fight, let this show that through the dark times of dysgraphia there is light. Through determination, support, and the right accommodations, no challenge is too tall. Keep pushing to see education through. Find ways to make the thoughts all fall. The ending is what lies ahead, with great reward of degrees, certifications, and career paths to be had.